when I'm doing TV and I got 18, God damn it, can't everybody stop for 10 minutes? I mean, everybody seems that's the only, everybody can we stick, Jesus Christ. I mean, it's not that much to ask. Is that when everybody has to move when I'm trying to concentrate?
Hey, somebody has run out on the field. Some goofball in a hat and a red shirt. Now he takes off the shirt. He's running down the middle by the 50. He's at the 30. He's bare-chested and banging his chest. Now he runs the opposite way. He runs at the 50. He runs at the 40. The guy is drunk, but there he goes. The 20. They're chasing him. They're not going to get him. Waving his arms, bare-chested. Somebody stop
Look
that
out,
man.
here comes the blue coat,
Oh,
Kevin.
they got him.
Here
They're
comes the
coming
blue
from the
coats.
left. Oh, and they tackle him at the 40-yard line.
I'm sorry to explode like that, but it's like no one's ever worked on TV here before.
That was the most exciting thing to happen tonight.
Welcome to the ENFLP, the Egyptian NFL podcast. My name is Muzzy.
And my name is Abdo.
Oh, 2 more weeks left for the 2016 NFL season. The playoffs are less than a month away. Oh, very exciting stuff. I'm so excited. The playoff picture is looking closer and closer. But before we talk about the playoff picture, Abdo, let's talk about the announcement of the Pro Bowl roster.
It came by so quick, man.
The season?
Yeah, man, it's the roster.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to be out that soon.
Yeah.
But I'm just new, so I don't know when
But
it's out.
it's kind of absurd. It feels like just yesterday the NFL season started, and now we're already talking about the players who are in the Pro Bowl. Not a lot of surprises.
No, we don't want to be repetitive and say, oh, the season ended so quickly all the time, but it did.
Yeah, it
did.
does.
We're pretty sad that it did.
Yeah,
actually.
that's why we're saying it a lot.
Yeah.
You know. But no, there weren't very many surprises in the Pro Bowl season, Pro Bowl announcement. Players who were on winning teams with good stats made it, of course.
Mm-hmm.
High-profile players made it. There were some surprises here and there, but at the same time, when you think about it, you're like,
the
oh, it's fine.
surprises are the high-profile players that made it that didn't deserve it.
Yeah, like
that's a big surprise for me. A few players here and there.
for example, Larry Fitzgerald. We were talking a little bit about Larry Fitzgerald making the Pro Bowl.
Like, I didn't think that was gonna ever happen because he had an average season.
Yeah.
Like, I think a little bit below average.
And his potential, his season isn't as good as it should be. And the season that the Cardinals had themselves, it doesn't make sense that he makes it when you have receivers like Golden Tate there, who is on a division leader in the Lions right now. And his stats are better than Larry's. So that kind of doesn't make sense for me. Another player, Joe Thomas, the Browns tackle. This guy's been making the Pro Bowl 10 years in a row. But he's on an 0-14 team. Are you kidding me? Are you telling me there isn't a left tackle on a winning team that deserves the spot more than Joe Thomas? That's kind of absurd.
Like, do you think it's politics?
I think it's a bit of politics. I think it's also a big profile player. And the fact that he has been in the Pro Bowl for so long consecutively, and he is one of the best tackles in the league, I think it's a pity pick for the Cleveland Browns.
Do you think they just don't want to punish him for being on a bad team? Like, you're a good player.
Yeah.
You're one of the best. And you're on a bad team and you're not performing as well as you should. But if you're in a better team,
No, definitely. Like, Joe Thomas was gonna get traded this season.
Really?
Teams were trying to trade for him. Winning teams like the Seahawks, like the Patriots, they were trying to get him, but the Browns wanted too much for him, so that's why he never left.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, I think definitely Joe Thomas, if he was on a winning team, it would be overdose. You know what I mean? Overdose. It would be too much quality on a winning team for Joe Thomas to
I
go
know
on.
what overdose means.
I'm not explaining it to you. I'm just talking in general.
Okay.
Let's move on to the playoff picture right now. A few teams have certified their spots in the playoffs.
Man? Is that all the time we have for the Pro Bowl?
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk more about it as the weeks go along. We'll have a Pro Bowl episode.
So that's just like an introduction. Like, we're not even gonna go through the players that are in the Pro Bowl.
No, one by one. Let's have a Pro Bowl episode.
A Pro Bowl episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I love the Pro Bowl.
You're surprising me right now.
I love the Pro Bowl. I love to watch it every year. It's not the best football game ever, but I do like to watch it. It's fun for me. It's fun seeing players like Drew Brees and Larry Fitzgerald together. You know what I mean? Because that's a dream of mine as a fan. I've always wanted Larry Fitzgerald and the Saints. Or watching Tom Brady throw to Antonio Brown. You know, that's exciting for me.
It's exciting, but they need to make it more competitive.
Exactly. It's not competitive right now.
If it's competitive, people are going to play seriously and they're going to have a better game. So I think they should like give each of them like $1 million.
For being there?
No, if you win.
If you win. Would you pick competitiveness over injuries?
Is the Pro Bowl game before or after the?
It's after the Super Bowl.
It's after the
most of the time. Sometimes it's a week before the Super Bowl. The thing about the Pro Bowl is Super Bowl players don't go to the Pro Bowl. They don't play in the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
You know, and some players choose to leave the Pro Bowl.
Oh,
like
wow.
if they just lost in the playoffs and they're not up for it, they don't go, and they take alternatives. So yeah, like it's not a competitive game because of injury. No one wants to get injured in the Pro Bowl.
But if you make it like each player gets like 100 million and the team gets like a percentage of that.
Yeah,
I think it's
definitely the more money involved. But the thing is,
it's gonna be more competitive. It's gonna be worth it.
You need to get people to watch it more first before you do that.
Like people don't watch it.
People don't watch the Pro Bowl. Why would they? There's no defense being played. It's just it's an offensive show. That's all it is.
Wow.
But it's still fun for me. I don't know why people don't watch it. Honestly, can we move on from the Pro Bowl? We'll have a Pro Bowl episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like chill, man.
Let's move on to the playoff picture now. Like I was saying, a few teams have already guaranteed their spots in the playoffs. The Dallas Cowboys just won their division last night because the Giants lost. We'll get to that game in a little bit.
They're having an amazing season.
Yeah.
They deserve it 100%.
Definitely. The Patriots have guaranteed themselves a bye week. Everyone saw that coming.
Yeah, and the Patriots are performing year in, year out, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
How can a team be that consistently?
Head
that
coaching.
Consistently good.
Head coaching.
It's consistent, but it's not a team that's just consistent. It's consistently good, and not just good, amazing.
With different players as well.
Like it doesn't matter. Like it's a system.
Which means the management. It's all about the management for them. The Raiders have pretty much guaranteed the playoff spot as well as the Chiefs. Other than that, in the NFC, things are we're kind of waiting for it. The Seahawks have guaranteed their spot as well because they've won their division. But a few other teams, we're just kind of waiting to see what happens. But most of the teams, they're guaranteed a playoff spot if another team loses or they just win one game in the coming 2 weeks. So
I don't want to see the Broncos in the Super Bowl
in the playoffs.
In the playoffs.
Well, I'm showing my playoff picture now. The picks that I've been picking in the past 2 weeks, and I have the Broncos still making it surprisingly over the Ravens. It's going to be between the Broncos and the Ravens, and the Broncos just might squeak in there if they beat the Raiders and the Chiefs, because they're playing Chiefs-Raiders. That's going to be a hard schedule for them.
I don't think they're going to make it.
They just need to win one of those games. One of those games. They just need to win. They need to either beat the Chiefs once or the Raiders once, and the Ravens need to lose against the Steelers. So, it's possible.
So you need the Raiders to break down at the end of the season.
Or the Chiefs. Yeah. Just once.
Just once. Okay, it's 2 games, so 50% of
it's 50% chance.
Games,
yeah.
They should just fade out. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And I don't want it to happen. Why do you want the Broncos in there?
It's not that I want them to. This is how it's playing out based on the picks that I'm making. That's just how it is.
I don't know how are you seeing the Broncos are gonna win.
I feel like the Broncos are gonna beat. They're gonna beat the Raiders in week 17. Playing at home, it's a respect game.
Do you believe in Simeon that much?
It's not Simeon as much as their defense. As much as I don't see that defense not being in the playoffs. I don't see that happening. They're too good of a defense to let it happen, and it's in their hands. And I think they will perform.
Okay, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe. Next week we'll show your playoff picture.
Okay.
We'll see what you think is gonna happen as well.
I think that's gonna be exciting. Or we should do it together and have a conversation.
Definitely. About
that, but you surprised me with these picks.
My picks of the playoff picture.
Yeah,
this is what I think is gonna happen.
Like the Titans, they're also a big maybe.
Yeah,
it's a huge maybe.
That's depending on the Texans to lose, which I think is very possible.
It's possible, but the Texans have been surprising us.
Yeah, definitely. And with Tom Savage now as their quarterback, you kind of don't know where their offense is going to be going. He had a pretty good game last week, so maybe the Texans will win out. But I believe in Mariota.
Yeah, but I want the Titans to make it. They're an exciting team.
Yeah, definitely.
They're an exciting team. And they deserve it, kind of.
Yeah.
They deserve it. Like, the Broncos, I don't want them to be in the playoffs. I don't know why, but
Okay.
I don't feel like they're going to be exciting enough to be in the playoffs. They don't have an exciting offense.
All right, then what about the NFC side of the ball? What unpicked? Do you agree with me having the Lions there, the Giants there, the Packers there? I have no Washington team.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I think your picks are missing.
Well, the Washington team lost last week.
They lost, but they might win easily the next two games.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, they're a pretty good team.
They're playing also division in the division, so they might win out.
Maybe.
And take the Giants out, but it's gonna be tough.
I'll always root for the
Washington
team this year
Yeah.
because they have such a talented offense. I don't know.
Definitely. No, I agree with you.
And their defense is not that bad either.
Right.
They have a very balanced team. Like, I think they're just in a hard division.
They are. They're an extremely hard
pretty
division.
hard, man. And if they had an easier one, they would make it.
Yeah.
They would have made it.
I have the Packers in the 4th seed. That means that they win their division over the Lions, believe it or not. And I have the Lions losing against the Packers in the last week, and the Lions taking the wild card spot. Does that surprise you?
No.
No?
It's possible. The Packers have been picking up.
Yeah.
The Lions, you never know with the Lions.
Exactly.
The thing is, they're not such a powerful team. They don't have this character, this winning character,
Right.
or this winning culture in their team that you never know with the Lions. Like, I can't tell you, for sure the Lions are going to win their next two games.
Right.
They can lose both. They can win
Exactly.
both. They can win one, lose one. But the Packers, if they pick up, and they have experience in this area.
Right.
And that's the time where an experienced team like that will show you what they're made of.
These two teams have very tough schedules. They not only do they play each other in week 17, the Lions have to play the Cowboys this week, and the Packers have to play the Vikings this week.
I think there's a high probability for the Packers beating the Vikings than the Lions beating the Cowboys.
Exactly, but here's the thing: are the Cowboys going to rest their players from now on because they've already clinched first place in the NFC? If I was them, I would try to win one more game against this Lions team because you don't want to be...
What's the next game? What's the Cowboys' next game?
The Cowboys are playing against the Lions next game.
No, the game after it, after the Lions.
After the Lions, the Cowboys are going to play in week 17 the Eagles. And in my pick, I actually have the Lions beating the Cowboys this week. Like, this is... I just put that in there, you know? But if the Cowboys end up beating the Lions might have a hard time even making it. But I think they still will. I don't know. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough seeing what happens.
But I agree with the Falcons being there.
Definitely.
They're a good team. They deserve it.
Yeah.
And I think they're going to perform when it comes to the playoffs.
Right.
The Giants are going to be there. They're a pretty good team.
Yeah.
They're pretty tough. They have an amazing offense. That I agree. The Falcons. Maybe the Washington team is gonna make it.
You just like rooting for the Washington team, dude.
I really like Cousins. And
I really hope you don't become a Washington fan. I really, really hope you don't become a Washington fan. That's gonna be a scary thing if you become a Washington fan.
Why?
Because we can't even say their name, and you're gonna be a fan of them. That's ridiculous. That's absurd. Let's move on, man. Don't be a Washington fan. We're gonna move on to week 16. All right.
I don't want to be a Washington fan.
No, it's done. I'm not talking about the Washington team anymore. It's absurd. You talk about them like I talk about the Saints. It's crazy. We're moving on from this Washington team business. All right.
Okay, man.
We're gonna go to week 16. The first game of the week was the Giants at the Philadelphia Eagles. This happened on Thursday night. The Eagles won this game by a mere 6 points, surprising the Giants. Wow, that was a surprise.
I was surprised. I didn't think the Eagles had it.
Alright, but can I talk about this now? Alright, because the Eagles, who are out of the playoffs, played a team that needed one win to make it in the playoffs. And what did the Eagles do? They fought back. So, when we start picking games, I'm going to put that in account. When there's a non-playoff team playing against a division opponent who might make it to the playoffs or might not, I'm most likely going to pick that division loser.
Why? Just because one team
Because they
fought
need
back?
to fight back. No, because I believe in this system. I believe in this culture in the NFL where division opponents don't let others have an easier way of getting in the playoffs. Balance. Balance.
Because they just want to win.
Yeah.
Who likes to lose?
Exactly.
We're not gonna go to the playoffs. Oh, we're gonna lose.
You know who does that?
Who?
Cleveland Browns.
Yeah.
Cleveland Browns. No, I don't know, man. What's going on with the Browns? We'll talk about them when we get
Like the Browns. I don't know, man.
Let's move on.
I think they can't do anything about it. They're just gonna lose.
They're just losing no matter how much
Yeah.
they try. Let's move on to the first game that we will be predicting for Week 16. Now, most of the games are happening on Saturday night Cairo time. The NFL is getting us ready for the playoff schedule where games get played on Saturdays and Sundays. They're warming you up for you being ready to watch games those times. So let's talk about the first game happening. The Miami Dolphins at the Buffalo Bills.
I'm rooting for the Bills.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too in this game. Not in general, but in this game. Because this is exactly what I'm talking about. Buffalo Bills are out of the playoffs. Rex Ryan is fighting for his job. Each player is fighting for their reputation against a Dolphins team who need to go to the playoffs. And if they lose this game, they're going to lose all their respect for the season. And I'm playing at home as well. I'm picking the Buffalo Bills.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Right?
100%.
Yeah.
It's the Bills all the way.
Definitely. Let's move on to the New York Giants the New York Jets at the New England Patriots. Easy pick here, right? This is like an easy pick.
I think the easiest pick.
Yeah, I'm picking the Patriots for this
Me too,
game.
man.
No way the Jets can. No way. Let's not even talk about it. The Tennessee Titans at the Jacksonville Jaguars.
You win the decision. خلاص.
Yeah, I moved on. The Tennessee Titans at the Jacksonville Jaguars. This is a tough game for me. This is a very, very tough game for me because this is a job audition for the Jaguars interim head coach, Doug Marrone. Doug Marrone is a pretty good offensive mind. He comes from the Sean Payton school of offense. He is auditioning these 2 weeks for the job next year.
Yeah.
But I really like the Titans. And I don't think the Jaguars have it in them. I think this is going to be a close game, but I'm still going to pick Mariota.
I'm not picking Mariota. I'm picking Murray.
Yeah.
That's who I'm picking. That's the star player.
I like the vindication in your voice when you do that.
Why?
Because you're right.
Yeah.
That's the kind of respect that DeMarco Murray deserves.
He deserves it, man.
Yeah.
He's been having an amazing season.
Definitely.
Yeah, man. But I like the Jaguars. They have place in my heart. Man.
Definitely.
So
it's a division game.
It's a division game,
and this is what I was talking about. Titans are fighting to go into playoffs. A losing team needing respect. It could happen.
I'll pick the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I
picked the Titans.
Yeah, you picked.
I picked the Titans. The Minnesota Vikings at the Green Bay Packers. Oh, this is going to be a tough game. But you know what? Andrew Luck and the Colts offense absolutely destroyed the Vikings last week. It was kind of embarrassing for the Vikings. This is a Colts offense that let Andrew Luck get sacked like crazy. And what ended up happening was nothing. The Vikings defense could not stop Andrew Luck in the first half of the game anyway.
And what did I tell you last week?
You told me that this could happen. You called it.
Yeah,
you absolutely called it.
I called it, and I called Andrew Luck.
That's what we do on the ENFLP. We call it.
It's
and you called it perfectly.
Number one experts.
No, but I think Aaron Rodgers is on fire, and I think the Green Bay Packers are rolling, and I think the rolling is going to continue in Lambeau against the Vikings.
I agree. I completely agree.
All right, let's move on.
I 100% agree.
1,000% agree. All right, let's move on to the San Diego Chargers at the Cleveland Browns. Is this going to be the first game that the Browns win this season? I think RG3's performance last week was very questionable. It
wasn't bad.
It wasn't good. It was very average. Very, very average.
But he's exciting.
Yeah, but he's not.
He's RG3, man. He's doing some exciting stuff.
So you think they're going to beat the Chargers this game?
No.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't see past the Chargers.
It's not because of RJ3, anything.
Because of what?
Because of the Browns.
The Browns. Man, Philip Rivers better have a massive game against the Browns defense in this one. I don't.
Is Gordon playing or is he still injured?
Gordon might not be playing this week, so I don't know. I want to pick the Browns, but I'm just gonna pick the Chargers.
Me too.
Yeah.
Because the Chargers are a good team.
Yeah, they are. The Washington team at the Chicago Bears. Well, I know who you're picking for this game because you're a number one groupie for the Washington team for some reason, for Kirk Cousins reasons, but it doesn't matter. So you're picking the Washington team for this game?
I am.
So am I. Look, Chicago had a pretty good performance against the Packers last week. Matt Barkley, their quarterback, he's auditioning for the job there.
Yeah.
But the Washington team are stronger, so I'm going to pick them. Yeah?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Let's move on to the Atlanta Falcons at the Carolina Panthers.
The Carolina Panthers.
I'm picking the Panthers for this game.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm picking the Panthers too. I think they're picking up.
Yeah.
They're picking up.
I feel like they're looking more of the Panthers recently than they have been all year.
And that's another team out of the playoffs that's fighting back.
Exactly. Fantastic. Excellent observation there.
Yes, sir.
The Indianapolis Colts at the Oakland Raiders. Indianapolis Colts are fighting to try to catch up to the Titans and Texans in their division. This is a really close division between the Colts, Titans, and Texans. The Colts need to win their next two games. They need to win their next two games if they have any hope of making the playoffs. And right now,
that would be a surprise.
Yes.
Like if the Colts in the playoffs, I would want to see that.
Yeah?
Because I think they're going to get destroyed by the playoffs team.
Yeah.
Like the teams that are in the playoffs, they're going to destroy them.
Definitely.
But it's going to be exciting. Because they'll be the complete dark horse.
They need to win their next two games. The Texans and the Titans need to lose this week's games. And when the Titans and the Texans play against each other next week, they need to tie for the Colts to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's not going to... When is a tie going to happen? What are the chances of a tie happening? The Colts are out, pretty much. The chances of them making are very, very slim. It's like 1% chance of making the playoffs.
Is that like a real statistic?
No, but I'm assuming it's going to be close to the 1%.
We need statistics, man.
Yeah. We'll get a statistics team for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's we're hiring a statistics team at some point.
But I'm picking the Raiders for this game.
I'm gonna hire a statistics team first.
Okay.
Like they'll do their stuff and then I'll pick.
Oh, so you're not picking this game?
I'm not picking this game.
Which means you're picking the Raiders.
And that's a statistic game.
Alright, fair enough. The Arizona Cardinals at the Seattle Seahawks. The Seahawks have guaranteed the playoff spot. They need to keep fighting, though, to guarantee themselves a bye week. They're playing against the Cardinals defense, who got absolutely destroyed by Drew Brees last week. But that was their offense was still on fire.
Are playing so bad.
Yeah.
They're being so bad. It's crazy. Like, I think they're so bad.
This game is in Seattle, man. I just can't see past Seattle for this game.
Yeah, man. The Seahawks all the way.
All the way.
No statistics needed.
No statistics needed. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the New Orleans Saints. Oh!
Are you gonna watch this game?
Yeah, definitely.
Are you gonna watch? Really?
Well, yeah, why wouldn't I watch this game?
Why would you watch it?
Oh, I've watched last week's Saints game against Cardinals.
It's the Saints, yeah.
Yeah,
Saints?
Everyone loves
I
those
think
Saints.
like the ratings are like not so good.
Okay, so let's talk about this since you're bringing this up. Okay, the Saints. You've watched a lot of games with me this year with the Saints.
Unfortunately,
can you say that there was a single game this season that hasn't been amazingly entertaining? Exactly. Exactly. Every Saints game is always entertaining. If you are not a Saints fan, I don't understand why. Because how can you not love them? They're so entertaining. No matter if they're in the playoffs, out of the playoffs, doesn't matter if Drew Brees is not playing, it's always entertaining. It's amazing. Most entertaining team to watch in NFL this year has been the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah.
Because of the games they've been playing in. It's been ridiculous scores, ridiculous up and downs.
I have to give it to you. They're an entertaining team.
Definitely.
They're an entertaining team.
Without a doubt.
It's funny, and because they screw up a lot.
Yeah.
But they perform a lot
Yeah.
as well. So it's You never know with them. It's
So what do you think
it's a
about this
roller
game,
coaster.
then?
I'll pick the Saints.
You're picking the Saints for this game? I'm picking the Saints as well because of the whole playoff thing that we were talking about, fighting for your respect. They're not going to let the Buccaneers beat them twice this year.
Yeah.
Not going to happen.
Not gonna happen.
The San Francisco 49ers at the LA Rams. Whoa, what a... This is like I don't want to... I'm trying to find like losing teams in the Premier League who are like in the 20th and 19th. 19th versus 18th in the Premier League right here. This game.
It's like what? Swansea City and Middlesbrough.
For example.
Yeah.
And I don't know who to pick for this game because you got Colin Kaepernick who might do something against the Rams defense. If the Rams defense shows up, which I don't know if they will. And then you got Todd Gurley going up against the worst rushing defense in NFL.
But Todd Gurley has been pretty average this season.
But if this is going to this has to be the game he comes to life. It has to be this game. And I think they'll want that for him. And I think they're going to be focusing all week on getting Todd Gurley to run the ball effectively against the 49ers. I think that had to have been their focus this week in preparation for this game. And I think he will. I think he's going to have 100 yards for the first time this season.
Todd Gurley,
100 yards. You don't approve?
I highly doubt it.
All right.
But he needs a game.
Yeah,
and he has the talent.
definitely.
But he's not performing.
All right, so who you got for this game then?
I'll pick Kaepernick.
Kaepernick? I'm picking Gurley, you're picking Kaepernick. I like those picks.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the Cincinnati Bengals at the Houston Texans. The last game on Saturday. It's going to be Sunday early morning for us here in Cairo. Oh, the Houston Texans need to keep winning. They need to keep winning. The Bengals are out. They had a tough loss against the Steelers last week. They were dominating in the first half, fell apart, and let the Steelers come back and win. Are they going to let the Houston Texans team win this game?
Yes.
They are?
Yes.
You think so?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Why?
I'm picking the Bengals for this game.
I'm picking the Texans for this game.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think their offense is average now without AJ Green.
Right.
They have no pizzazz.
They don't. They really don't.
They have nothing.
Yeah.
They're just like last week was a fluke. And is Jeremy Hill injured?
Jeremy Hill is questionable.
It's questionable.
He's questionable. But I think he'll play.
But even if he plays, he's gonna be like a little bit injured.
Right.
Coming off an injury is always easy.
Against a really tough Houston Texans team.
Of course.
And
like
defense.
A tough defense. Man.
Yeah.
So I don't think the offense is gonna win it. Their defense it falls apart pretty easily.
Yeah.
Like we saw last week. So there's no reason why the Texans wouldn't win it. And with like this changing quarterback situation.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna confuse the Bengals. They wouldn't know what to expect.
I like everything you've said so far about the Houston Texans. I agree with you completely.
Yeah.
And you've convinced me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I will pick the Texans for this game as well.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. You really changed my pick there. So I will pick the Texans. You're picking the Texans as well. Let's move on to the Sunday games. There are only 2 Sunday games this week. One at 11:30 Cairo time and one early Monday morning. Let's move on to the first Sunday game. The Baltimore Ravens at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Massive game. Massive. This is a playoff game. This is a playoff game.
This is
between the Ravens and the Steelers.
Game.
This is a division title game.
Yeah.
You win this game, you win the division.
You win this game, you win the division.
Now the Ravens don't win the division if they win this game.
I thought you were gonna get into this with me.
No, you did it really well, so I just let it happen.
Okay, thank you.
But the Ravens, they don't win the division if they win this game. They still have to hope for next week, but they will be leading. The Pittsburgh Steelers guarantee a division win with this game. I'm picking the Steelers because they're playing at home, and they're clicking now. Everything's clicking for them. I pick the Steelers.
I pick the Steelers as well.
Because you don't like the Ravens.
Bell, Big Ben, Tony Brown, Antonio Brown.
Oh.
But I think I can call him Tony Brown as well.
Maybe that is his nickname.
Hey Tony.
Hey Tony Brown, come here.
What's that accent?
I don't know. I think it's a bit of everything. It's like Jamaican, British, Scottish, American, everything combined.
Tony Brown.
Yeah. The Denver Broncos at the Kansas City Chiefs.
Whoa, that's a big game.
Big game. All right. So the Chiefs beat the Broncos this week. it becomes really difficult for the Broncos to make the playoffs. But the Ravens just lost as well, which helps the Broncos out based on our picks. If the Broncos win this game,
picks.
based on my picks,
my
picks. If the Broncos beat the Chiefs this game, the Broncos help themselves massively.
Yeah.
They become on top of the Ravens, and they help themselves massively. And the Chiefs are still safe. I want to pick the Chiefs.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna pick the Broncos. I really decided on the spot there.
I'll pick the Chiefs.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. I think they're safe. They're a safe choice.
Yeah, it is a Chiefs.
It's a safe choice, and their offense is pretty safe. So the defense they will have like less mistakes, less screw ups to work with.
I don't know, man. It's gonna be a massive game. This might be an overtime game, man.
And then the offense بتاع
Broncos?
Chiefs.
The Chiefs? Yeah, with Tyreek Hill doing amazing stuff week in, week out, definitely.
The Broncos, their offense is stoppable, and especially with the Kansas City defense, they're pretty good defense, man. Think about it.
Yeah, but I'm still picking the Broncos.
Okay, cool.
Didn't the Chiefs beat the Broncos already this year? I don't think the Chiefs are gonna sweep them. That's one of the big reasons I'm picking them.
We'll see.
Let's move on to the Monday night game, Tuesday early morning for us here in Cairo. The Detroit Lions at the Dallas Cowboys.
I think we talked about this.
Yes, we did.
Early this podcast.
And about how the Cowboys are going to rest their players, or they not.
Yeah. And I think the Cowboys are going to win.
You think the Cowboys are going to win?
They're going to win this game, then rest for the last game.
Yeah. And have 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
I think they need to be really safe here. This is a Lions defense that can cause damage. They're hard hitters, man, that Lions defense. If I clinched the first seed of the NFC, I would not want to play Ezekiel Elliott and Dak Prescott. I wouldn't. I'm guaranteed it. Why would I need to play?
Who's their second running back?
Players.
Cowboys?
Alfred Morris, who used to be with the Washington team. Pretty reliable. He's a Pro Bowl back. He used to be. Put Tony Romo in there.
Yeah.
But then if I put Tony Romo in there and he plays well, that's going to cause even more problems for me. So it's rough.
I think with Tony Romo, they're going to just play him, then khalas, Dak Prescott season.
Give him like a tribute game.
Yeah, like,
next week.
Okay, play a couple of games, but that's still Dak Prescott season.
Yeah.
Khalas, we're going with the future.
Yeah, I agree with it.
Even if he like has like 4,000 yards this game.
4,000 yards. Whoa. Imagine if he has 4,000 yards in one game.
It's an exaggeration.
Exaggeration, of course. Yeah. No, I think you're right. I think I would give Tony Romo a tribute game next week. Send him off, give him a goodbye, but have Dak Prescott play this game. But still be really safe. Be really, really, really safe with everything. I wouldn't run Ezekiel Elliott more than 10 times in this game.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have Dak Prescott scramble out of the pocket too much. I'll play extremely safe. Extremely, extremely safe. If I lose, I lose. Doesn't matter. You know? But I'm picking the Lions for this game.
The Lions.
I'm picking the Lions to surprise us.
I'm picking the Cowboys.
You're picking the Cowboys?
I'm picking the Cowboys.
He's picking the Cowboys.
I'm saying it.
Well, that makes up week 16 with our picks.
Yeah.
Before we end our episode, we must talk about something massive that happened this week.
Oh, heavy sigh.
We must talk about something that was epic.
It was.
That was
intense.
History. Intense. It will be remembered for years to come.
I'll remember.
Yes.
Will you?
I will definitely remember.
No one else will.
No. So, fantasy playoffs. We were talking about how last week me and you were playing in the semifinals. First week happened, and I beat you by 20 plus points.
Okay. 20 points, exactly 20 points.
I think it was like 28.
Whatever.
And then this week, you had to beat me comfortably by 28 points just to tie with me.
Yeah.
What happened this week? You played your strongest team of the year.
It wasn't the strongest team of the year.
It wasn't the strongest
I
team
had
of the year.
AJ Green out because he's injured.
All right.
I had Julio Jones out because he's injured, and I had Amari Cooper out because he's been sucking.
But you found players in the waiver wire. You set your lineup pretty well.
Yes, like
Okay.
I stacked up my my team.
Right.
And had like solid starters.
Right.
They didn't. I can't say they. Okay, the quarterbacks they let me down.
Right.
The quarterbacks let me down, especially Cousins.
Especially Cousins.
Like he had my life in his hands.
Well, I had Devontae Adams and Sammy Watkins in my lineup, which I haven't had all year.
Yeah.
I took a big chance of both of them playing against really bad defenses, and they got me a combined 1 point. So that was awful.
That was awful because you're also cocky.
Yes.
You're also cocky.
I'm a confident, cocky lad. What ended up happening was you had 20 points to get to me by Sunday night. So the Sunday night games had finished. You were caught up. You had only 20 points to get. You had Cousins and Kelly, both in the Washington team, going up against the Panthers on Monday night.
And I said to myself, at least one of them is going to get 20 or combined at least 21.
Definitely.
So خلاص, it was a done deal.
I went to sleep thinking,
and
maybe,
he was wishing,
just maybe Cousins will get like 16 points and Kelly will get 3. What ended up happening was Cousins got 9 points and Kelly got 10 points. And I beat you by 1 point.
Man, that was
so
bad.
You by 1 point.
I was in shock.
Yeah.
I swear, I woke up. The first thing I did was check my my phone.
Yeah.
I checked my fantasy, and I was in shock.
1 point.
1 point. I couldn't believe it. I swear I couldn't believe it.
And now, Breeze's Scar, which is my team name.
I'm the sellouts.
The Breeze's Scar are in the finals. And I'm uber excited about being in the finals because I had bragged about cementing my final spot after the first week. And I'm so glad. I'm so relieved. That was intense, man.
Man, I should have been in the finals. I should have been in the finals, man.
You could say shouldas to a lot of things.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So it happened. But congratulations, dude. Well fought game. Very eventful, very fun. It was a pleasure.
It won't happen next year.
We'll see what happens next year.
No.
Well, that makes it for our episode this week. Thank you, Abdu.
Thank you, Mustafa.
It's been a pleasure playing you.
It's been okay, man.
Week 16 is coming up. Different schedule. Make sure you catch the Saturday games and the Sunday games and the Tuesday morning game.
Tuesday morning.
Yeah, the Monday night game. Monday night game.
It's now Tuesday morning.
Hey, we're getting there to the playoffs. It's getting close. It's getting close. I am excited. I'm focused. Like all the teams and players should be. It's going to be a great 2 weeks. It's going to be fantastic.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
It's been a pleasure. My name is Muzzy. This has been the ENFLP, the Egyptian NFL podcast. Thank you for listening.
We out.
One more, I got 69 touchdowns. You know what I mean. Only you know what I mean, baby.
I'm sorry to explode like that, but it's like no one's ever worked on TV here before.
That was the most exciting thing to happen tonight.